I haven't seen a lot of.
They're the quiet assassins, you know, they're just waiting to strike on us all.
And a moonlit robbery.
Operation Random.
Hello, welcome to the show. Well, voting lines are closed and we'll have to wait until Monday night to find out whether Pete and Tina or Christian and Amy make it through to the next round. Whoever it is will be one step closer to the prize. Imagine that, a 1 in 5 chance of living this lifestyle. The contestants are so close they can almost smell it, and not one of them is going to give up without a hell of a fight.
The postman's up early in the hothouse, and this morning there's mail for all.
There may not be junk mail.
So after each elimination ceremony, a section of the house will be up for grabs. For the last 2 weeks, reallocation has been decided by the group.
From now until further notice, reallocation will be in the hands of the eliminated couple.
I don't want the room going to anybody else.
Well, that's just
I don't
tough.
trust no one with it.
So you just have to suck up to whoever's leaving. They're pretty much saying that's what they want you to do.
Please, can I have your black wall? I promise to put skulls and crap all over the wall. Promise.
Probably the couple that probably wouldn't want to take control of our section probably might be Ben and Kat. I think their taste is a little bit different to what I would want our section to be, so preferably not them at this stage.
They're never going to put us in their inheritance. I mean, well, who would?
Keep that for what I
Room allocation bombshell and the bad weather are not making for enthusiastic workers this morning, and it's a slow walk down to site. Calvin and Heather are about to ask the group to spend some Aussie dollars. They'd like to put a fish tank on the feature wall in the alfresco dining room.
We have a little presentation for you of where we went yesterday on our little adventure to Tranquil Tanks at Ashmore. We're actually at Tranquil Tanks, and
The secret was a fish tank.
Can you have a look? Ta-da!
Yeah, basically we want to liven up that whole back wall with live art.
Like that?
Yeah, all
Lots
sorts
of
of
fish.
fish. Yeah. It's mounted on the wall like this. The surround we can customise to whatever we want.
And we can put whatever we want in the background.
Yeah, this is
That's just a sample
it's just a sample background. Does anyone have any questions?
I think I like the idea. I think you've got to choose the background fairly carefully so it's not bright and crazy, but more cool and
We were thinking of just a plain, like a flat blue. Yeah.
or Pamela Anderson lying on this side.
Yeah, that could work.
The fish tank is a unique freestanding design and will be 2.1 metres long, 0.6 of a metre high and 10 centimetres deep.
I'm not completely sold on a fish tank and whether I can see little fishes being stuck in a 100 ml tank.
The fish will only grow as big as they can in their environment anyway.
Do you know what cost?
The total cost, including plants and fish and everything, completely set up for the 2.1 metre giant wall aquarium is $4,000. That's everything, just fish, weed, everything. Yeah. So basically it's up to you guys now to decide if you want a fish tank or not.
How much money is left in the budget after the boys take for the kitchen?
How much do you take in the kitchen, boys? We've got about 40 grand left.
Might as well spend it.
Has anyone else got any big plans for their rooms?
Yeah, we've had, but we haven't heard any feedback yet.
Oh, okay.
Go for it, guys.
Go for it?
Yay! Spend the money!
It's a lovely thing to have in a house, and it's a lovely fish tank to have on the wall. Free mounted, so it's a good effect in some ways. But I personally wouldn't have it in that room.
The thing is, it's only like that wall and maybe two others in the house that can have a painting, and everyone's using them to put mirrors and fish tanks and, where's all the culture?
I'm all for it. I like the idea.
I think something different, something to bring out the wall. It's going to look great.
Yeah. We get a little fish tank now.
So it's always a little anxious moment when the money sum comes up. You go, oh,
Because other people are probably thinking about things that they want to do as well, so they're calculating the dollars in their head.
I love the idea of the fish tank in there, and I guess $4,000 for a nice feature like that. It's not too bad.
The Aussie dollars are chipping away, and Pete and Tina are yet to put to the group their changes for the media room.
Yeah, we'd like to put to the group here that are left, putting doors in the media room. We're hoping to go with wooden frame with glass bifolds. It's going to be a nice chunk out of the budget, around about, Les thinks about 5,000 to 6,000.
They're not going to agree with it because it's Pete and Tina on it. I can predict that right this minute.
After the fish tank fun, it's back to another day of tiling. For Amy and Christian, next week's vote is a luxury they will only afford if they make it through Monday night.
I think that Pete's probably being a bit cocky about everything. He's pretty much, I'm pretty certain that this is the Pete and Tina show and that we're all the characters in the background.
I just think Pete just needs to, pull his head in. I think out of everyone that's gone up so far, I think we're the couple that's going to give him a run for their money.
Coming up, tantrums over tiles.
They wonder why I get mad when I walk into a room to help someone out and the missus opens up her big mouth.
Pete and Tina have been waiting for 2 days for their laundry tiles to arrive, and finally there's been a delivery.
Somehow, I think they're not the right tiles. Daryl?
What, mate? What's up, mate?
What's going on, man?
Daryl,
They're wrong.
these are the wrong tiles.
Yep, are they?
Yeah, these are meant to be 200 by 250 square.
Mhm.
That looks like about 50 by 50 square.
No, it's 100 units.
Oh, okay, so I was halfway there.
So you mean to come again?
Yep,
Well-
and the story from the shop is you can't have them until tomorrow afternoon sometime.
Tomorrow afternoon? Oh,
They've
okay.
already run them.
Joshing me, are you?
No, I just run them, and that's what they told me. They're coming up overnight somewhere, from somewhere, I don't know where.
I know you'd like to joke around with me.
No.
You look me in the eye and tell me that.
They're not here. They're not here. So you're
So
good
does
player out of luck.
Daryl, does that mean we get the afternoon off? Because we've been waiting for this room for
Yep.
2 days.
Yep. There's nothing else you can do. There's no tiles, boys. Till tomorrow.
I unloaded the truck as well, that's how it started all was. It's like, cool, because they said your tiles are here.
I know, well,
And
we've
now
got these on.
they're not even
There's
out.
your tiles. It's fine.
Pete and Tina ordered the wrong size tiles and now have to wait another day.
Yeah, if we do get booted on next Monday, then I'd love to at least have our room done so that they can't come and rip all the tiles down and pull them up because it's going to be more hard work for them. So, I'd like to put our stamp in the room. It is a bit frustrating in that sense that, because we're standing around doing no work, they're looking at us thinking, that they're not working again, so there's a vote for them.
We're trying to help everybody out, but no one really wants to hand, so we clean up.
Mistakes do happen and it's just, a bit frustrating that it's happened to Pete and Tina again. So, hey.
It could be another sabotage attempt, who knows?
No such problems for our other couple up for elimination, Amy and Christian. Their tiles have arrived and they're off and running on the bathroom.
It's really important for us to get this done because we're not too sure whether we're going to be here next week or not.
Oh, it's fantastic. No, I never looked like this.
I'm glad we got it all done.
Yeah?
No, it's 45, man.
Yeah.
The happiness certainly isn't contagious.
Mate, you just missed f***ing bull.
Who?
Oh, no.
By who?
I had to go and take these tiles to Ben, right?
Yeah.
Ben,
Can I take them, Pete? Thank you.
I walked 2 feet in that door. Cat took the tiles off me.
No, don't put them there.
Where do you want me to put it?
Me, I'm giving them to Ben. I said, well, I'm supposed to be doing that.
Doesn't matter, I've got the tiles off.
Because she took some, I'm giving them to Ben. I said, well, I'm supposed to be giving them to him.
But I don't want you in the room.
He goes, well, I don't want you in this room. Well, next time you go out, then go out that door and go past the media room.
It's just like it's easier for me to take the tiles.
What a bitch.
What a child, mate. So I don't want to go and walk past the media room, that's it.
That's exactly what I was saying to you about, okay? She's got a lot of growing up to do.
Benny, you might have to have a word with that missus of yours, mate.
Why?
I've got all right to go in that master bedroom because it's not your house yet.
Yeah,
And I don't mind people
I'm not
walking
saying
past
it is, mate.
Yeah, well, she told me not to go into the bedroom. It's her room.
Okay. Wound up with nothing.
I'm not wound up, man. I think your missus, mate. You need to have a chat with her, do you? Tell her to grow up a little. Yeah, I have, mate. What's the world coming to when you got children trying to rent a $2 million home, for God's sake? Oh, where's all the normal people in this world gone? They wonder why I get mad when I walk into a room to help someone out and the missus opens up her big mouth.
Thinks I need to have words with my missus.
When all I did was try do what any normal person would do and stop, like, he was halfway in and there was all wet tiles, so I was like, here, I'll take them.
And he's got the cheek to say that she needs to grow up, and he gets uppity about
uppity
not
because he
taking
couldn't come
tiles.
in on camera and, like, giving me a
Yeah, he's
hand
got to
and
grow
to
up,
bed.
mate. Both of them. You've got to grow up. I heard Tina say it to his face, she said, you've got a lot of growing up to do. So there you go.
Unable to tile, Pete and Tina take an early lunch break, inspired by today's events to make music.
In van number 1 is this couple, Calvin and Heather, who clean and kiss the mirror all the time. They try so hard to be popular, but they're no friend of mine. In van 3 Ben and Kat, who don't do no thinking of their own. They are controlled by their allies, would love to send them home. In van 4 is Chris and Amy, who try hard to be everyone's friend. But if you think you can trust them, they'll stab you in the end. In van 5 is Brett and Jeff, who have more muscles than a brain. They despise Pete and Tina, because we don't fall for their game. Finally, in van number 6 is Simon and Julie, who can't lie to try to save themselves. But Australia, we know the real truth, and the truth will come out about the Bribey bunch. The Bribey bunch. We're glad not to be part of the Bribey bunch.
After the break, Pete and Kat at it again.
I'm very adamant about their design, or hate everything they've done in that room. And I go, well, you never said that to our face, Pete.
And later, the great render robbery. So Brett and Jeff have the task of exposing any underground cables.
This is like deja vu. Didn't we do this like about 6 weeks ago?
What are you doing, boys? Digging your own grave?
In chatting with Jeff in fun, we've sort of come up with some names for Pete and Tina. Dumber and Dumber, The Angry Little Hobbit and The Laughing Hyena. I think that's probably the best one. So I'm running with that at the moment, The Angry Little Hobbit.
Nicknames aside, it's hard to ignore Pete and Tina's success at elimination so far.
Don't just say forget.
So what's the group's prediction for next week's vote?
If Christian and Amy do go, I'd say it would be Pete and Tina and probably Brett and Jeff.
If Pete and Tina remain, I think me and Jeff will be.
I have a feeling we will be up.
We want to bring the boys up.
Bring the boys.
Maybe Brett and Jeff?
Yeah, probably Brett and Jeff.
Maybe Simon and Jules?
Well,
It's going to be really hard.
I would probably say still Brett at this point.
I've actually been the only one out of everybody who's left who hasn't been nominated.
So you want a medal or a chest to pin it on?
I think I will take the medal.
The metal or the medal?
The metal. Make me a medal, cook me dinner, do something.
It's time for the nominated couples to choose who to leave their rooms to should they be laid off.
For the media room and the laundry if we leave this week.
Oh, inheritance.
Yeah.
Well,
What do you reckon?
yeah, well,
I don't want to give it to
I
anyone
don't have
else.
no idea else having it, so I think we've already discussed who we'll give it to. Yeah, I suppose Amy and Christian.
Okay.
I don't want to give the room to Calvin and Heather because I believe they've got their work cut out for them in that room out there. I don't want to give it to Brett and Jeff because they basically don't like us and they're just going to change it for spite. Simon and Jules have already got three or four rooms already, and also Ben and Kat because she's very catty, and they've got the bedroom. I don't know what they've done to it, and also they've also got the study, and it's putting tiles everywhere, mate.
He's on camera. I walked past, he goes, Ben and Kat, very adamant about their design, or hate everything they've done in that room. And I go, well, you never said that to our face, Pete.
That's right. They're just trying to cause a war by it.
I know. I only been here.
Amy and Christian are in charge of the front hallway and the children's bathroom.
We've decided to give the entrance and the hallways to Pete and Tina because they're genuinely interested in what we're doing in there.
When we're giving the main bathroom to Simon and Jules, they seem pretty keen on the colours, and Simon has been a real help to both Amy and I everywhere, every part of the house we've worked on.
Simon, Jeff and Heather are having a couple of hours off today to check out nurseries in Brisbane for plant ideas.
This is nice. What about this for colour?
Oh, wow. Oh, I love it. I didn't know you can get
So if you wanted a quieter and cooler area, like perhaps in front of the master bedroom, this is what you could do, because remember the master bedroom's got all that black tiles and everything like that. The dreaded bamboo.
I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
I kind of like this too, actually. Do you like them?
Yeah.
Bromeliads.
Bromeliads.
Hello, lizard. Are these things harmless?
After the nursery, it's off to Brisbane's City Botanic Gardens. Simon, Heather and Jeff will all move from interstate if they win the hothouse, and it's a good chance to check out Brisbane.
This is actually just an hour outside of Bribie. That's sort of one of the things that makes Brisbane a good place, because it's like, you know, you've got this right in the heart of your cement sort of thing.
It's like a haven.
Yeah.
With landscaping ideas aplenty, it's time to eat. The gardens are just a short boardwalk over the Goodwill Bridge to Brisbane's Arts and Entertainment Precinct, South Bank, and the River Canteen.
Now, what did you get? Is that the scallops? Crab with scallops.
Yeah.
I wonder what's happening back at the hothouse. Well, you know, I wonder how the tiles thing.
We should taste absinthe.
Yeah, we should, because they would love fancy.
Yes.
To absent friends. Absent friends. Absent friends. Cheers, guys.
They're right about one thing, there'll be 2 more absent after next week's elimination. Next, a closer look at the remaining players.
I've watched Amy play cards and she is always 3 steps ahead of everyone else.
There are 6 couples left in the house. On Monday, that number will drop again. So what does it take to make it to this point? Our psychologist, Janet, takes a closer look at the couples left in the game and what aces they may still hold up their sleeves.
I think Ben and Kat have got a genuine chance of winning the house. They're a sort of a funky-looking couple. Ben has appeared to have become stronger as the weeks have gone on, more confident in front of the cameras, more vocal. In fact, kind of taken on a sort of a leadership type of role.
I think Ben has always been quite opinionated since the beginning, but he's never been as aggressive as he is now.
I think Ben's come out of his shell because of a level of frustration, and also I think he's jumping to the defence of Kat a little bit because she's actually getting a bit more vocal and also uppity with the whole lot.
Calvin and Heather, I haven't seen a lot of, so I don't know whether that's a strategy to keep out of the limelight.
Oh, I think with Calvin and Heather, it's definitely their personalities.
Yeah, they've hardly got any votes and if it's working, keep doing it.
Yeah, they're quiet assassins, you know, they're just waiting to strike on us all.
Pete and Tina, I think they're what we might call the Aussie battlers. They've had a difficult time, certainly right from the beginning, being the new kids on the block. Coming through the eliminations would have helped Pete and Tina's egos, and I think we actually saw that on Pete's face at the last elimination that we saw.
They're top of the world. They're bordering on cocky as far as I'm concerned.
They think they can say anything, do anything, treat anyone like the way they want.
They are 2 people that are chalk and cheese behind the camera, sit back, fold your arms and stare people out, and in front of the camera, you know, have got lots to say.
Pete thinks he's God around here, mate. Whatever he says is like the final thing, you know.
I've heard he's already trying to sell his TV at home because he thinks that the TV down there, that's his TV.
Yeah.
Okay, Simon and Jules, again, are another interesting couple. I think the fact that Simon is a house husband is something that will appeal to many people, probably the women in Australia. But on the other hand, he's really quite a strong personality. And Jules, again, seems to just be kind of a lovely little wife. I think they know what they're doing. I certainly think they want the house.
I think Simon and Jules have played the game pretty well from day one.
In some ways they're playing Switzerland at the moment. You know, they'll say they bit, but then they don't want to push it too much.
Brett and Jeff, I think, again, have got a really good chance of winning the house. Brett is an out-there kind of guy. He seems to be able to say his piece, and even when there's a little bit of conflict, he seems to have this really good knack of rounding things off nicely and giving a little nudge and a wink.
Brett has a good way of persuading people to see his point of view. He does use a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff to try to sweet-talk people to see his way.
He's very persuasive and he has a pretty big influence on Ben and Kat and Heather and Calvin, I think. and I think they've grouped together, and it's almost as though they've formed an alliance.
I think with Christian and Amy, I have noticed that I haven't noticed them. So maybe that's tactical to avoid being wrapped up in trouble and just play it by ear and play it cool and just stay out of trouble.
I've watched Amy play cards and she is always 3 steps ahead of everyone else. And, you know, I think she would be the same in this game as in a game of cards.
I've been saying to Tina the last 3 weeks, be very careful of Amy. Don't worry about the big teeth and the pretty looks, mate, because I can see through that.
Who do I think's going to win? I think that Simon and Jules have got a really good chance. But I mean, you know, the bottom line is Australia is going to vote. And if the voting carries on the way it has been, Pete and Tina could win it too.
There's been a few people not happy with the new render colour that's due to go on soon. And with time running out, they're taking matters into their own hands.
We all trotted down out of our vans, running down to the house. It was quite funny actually. I mean, there was no one around, but we were just sort of pretending. And grabbed 6 wheelbarrows full of render, these huge tubs. Brought them back up to the compound. And the only van that was open was Nat and James, conveniently, so filled up their van with render. It was good fun. It was really good actually, just to cause a little bit of mayhem.
Operation Render complete.
Amy and Christian may be feeling confident.
We're the couple that's going to get in the room for the winner.
But after making it through 4 consecutive eliminations, so too are Pete and Tina.
I think we're up against a weaker opponent this week.
Yeah, not many people know their personality or who they are.
Join us Monday night at 7 p.m. as you save another couple. Will it be South Australia's Pete and Tina or Melbourne's Christian and Amy? And who will be up next?